Alrighty, boys, we are good to go, I think, here. Just let me pop out the little notification to the Discord. Let everybody know we are live and we are good to go. My light looking. What's that look like up here? Oh, yeah, that's looking. Yeah, it looks great. Oh, yeah, a little bit. Oh, Templar in the house. What's going on, my dude? Hope you are having a good, let's say Thursday afternoon, evening, whatever it is, in whatever part of the world you hail from. Actually, I do know what part of the world you're in right now. Just I'm not going to say. I don't want to, dox you on stream. But yeah, let me put out the vibe. Let me put out the vibe real quick. I'll switch over to the Into the Zone account here. Easier to find my live stream, I think, right? I hope. Your channel. It should say I'm live right now, right? There it is. Oh boy, docs. Okay. Oh, that's trippy. Looking at my. Let me put out the announcement real quick, and yeah, we'll get started on this. But I hope everybody's doing good. Oh, if you have any stuff to like that you want me to play on here for Stalker related things, just drop it in the comments or over in the Discord. I should have that up the whole time too. But yeah, we're just gonna go through some of the stuff here. It was a good idea. Just react to it, give some first impressions. I'll probably end up doing a video on all this stuff anyway. I haven't looked at much of anything. I've read a couple of articles. That's it. So talked with a few buddies about it, but that's about it. Considering what I've seen from some of my buddies, the comments they were dropping and stuff that people were saying, I've got quite a bit to say, but I do want to hold off until we are, till we're more set. Stalkers put out the announcement, the ping, Thursday live. There we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna pop that down here now. Okay, oof, oof, yellow, hey, yellow. I haven't seen this yet either, so I'm looking forward to it. Put on a tourniquet and leave it till the end of the stream. Vapes equal the stupid emoji things in the middle. Vapes equal something sharp. I can't read it, but unfortunately. But yeah, here in a moment when somebody types something else, I will. It's stupid stream element stuff. But yeah, let's get into it. Hopefully I'm not in the way. A little F sharp. Vapes equal F sharp. There you go. Yeah, let's put this down here a little bit more.
I was attacked while on a job. I got hit in the head, and when I woke up, I was in almost nothing but my birthday suit.
Okay. Okay. Oh, it's a it's like a literal bubble now. Like that wasn't. It's like a bubble back, like kids blowing bubbles. That's kind of weird. Okay. No. There you go. Oh, that's cool. Oh, it's a cutscene, I bet. Dead bandit storage.
Here's your bolt. Where the hell would I need a bolt? Take a look around. Oh, crap.
Yeah.
Door! Open the door! I've got nowhere to go back to, Herman. Over and out.
Well, so that's the first one here. Yeah, the classic Fallout Vegas treatment, right? That's oh, we don't need U-thermal. We don't care about StarCraft here. That's the That's the first one. Yeah, that's the first one I've seen like today from the Gamescom footage. And what I can say, first impressions, I mean, it looks fine. I like they kept the inventory systems. That's cool. Gameplay looks like it's going to be okay. Yeah, you can't say much. It's just a trailer. Like I said, like the dog thing. Like I thought that looked. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And I was about to say, I hope they don't make one of the stupid button mashing, like press X 20 times real fast to get the dog out. I hate that crap. It's stupid. But it was just, it looked like it was just a cutscene, so it's not a mechanic. So you can't really judge too much. You can't, which is fine. Yeah, I've still, one thing I've said since day one, the voice acting is meh. It's really weird. Especially the fact they don't have Russian or Ukrainian accents, or just Eastern European in general, but maybe they're all American for all I don't think that's the case, but they could all be American. Yeah, the Fallout New Vegas treatment, I don't know. I can't say anything about the story. I have no idea. No one really does. I can say that it seems very weird. I don't know. It's very weird, and it actually gives me vibes that they're expecting most players not to have played the first Stalkers because they're treating you like, here's a bolt, throw it, which is fine. You know, you have tutorial levels and all that, but it's like you're expected to discover things with this character, and that can only really completely happen if you've never played the games before. But let's see what we got. This looks like it'll be a game. I'm quite anxious about its actual release because it might end up like any other AAA title. Exactly, yeah, that's one thing I was talking about the other day with my buddy. It's not a AAA title. Stalker was never a AAA title. If you look at the OG Stalker, like Shadow Chernobyl, it came out in 2007, I think, or maybe 8. I think it was 2007. But it released the same year as Halo 2. It released a year after Oblivion, and then I compared footage of Shadow Chernobyl to Halo Combat Evolved on PC. Combat Evolved came out in 2001 on PC. Yeah, and this was never a AAA title. This was a small studio in the middle of Eastern Europe that nobody had ever heard of, and they made something awesome with the best tools they could. So having a massively over-polished, super, Call of Duty-like experience, this is not anything I ever wanted. I never wanted Fallout. I wanted them to do their own thing. And I was afraid they were going to move in some kind of other direction. But it looks like it's going the right way. Yeah, release date, no idea. I can almost promise you it's not this year. Maybe I know I saw an article where like, oh, maybe Q1 2024, maybe. I mean, give it the good old Mountain Blade 2 treatment. It's done when it's done. I mean, we've been waiting. Well, I've been waiting. I don't know how long have we been waiting, guys? Boomers, how long have we been waiting? It's been, I don't know, 10 years. It's a long time. Lack of Cyrillic seems cringe and normified. Yeah, that's exactly my opinion as well. Has a kind of Far Cry feel to it from the trailer. Yeah, I only played what was the Far Cry? Far Cry 3? No, that's the only one I ever played, other than 2 on PS2. And they're very different experiences. But, yeah, it's bad. Very unmotivated voice acting. That's sad, yep. I mean, what SOC is and Oblivion was supposed to be, oh my god, you would think it would have no fan base. You're right. Stanislav, hey buddy, in the house. How's it going, man? Part of the charm of Stalker was the unpolished feel and the atmosphere. Yes. That's the thing. It's a feeling. It is not a gameplay experience. Like, one of the biggest copes I've seen, and this is something, like, people think this is like a sacred cow because, like, Gamma came out and you can't ever talk bad about the originals. Like, they think it's a sacred cow you can't touch. Like, when you shoot, like in Shadow Chernobyl, right? Like, the bullet mechanics are just coded so bad. The bullets do not do what you were expecting them to do. And they're like, oh, they made it hard, so to make it shoot, to like simulate real life. Like, no, it's just bad code. I mean, that's part of why I love it. But that's just bad code. Like, like it just is. I'm sorry. I mean, they did the best they could. No one's dogging them. It's a great game. I love it. Buy it. Play it. But it's just bad code. But I digress. Yeah, decade. Yeah, like, too long. Too long. They're trying to appeal to the masses a bit more. Yes, they are. Which is whatever. I mean, if it's a good game, it's a good game. If it's not, it's not. Does anyone know why this new trailer is in American English, but the other trailers have an English with Ukrainian accent? Maybe new voice actors for the English game version. Yeah, so that's, Barnacle Jones. That's actually one thing I was touching on earlier. It seems to be the case that, from what I was saying, because I made this comment in a video when the first trailer dropped a few months back, and I was like, I don't like the voice acting because of the accents and yada yada, and it seems uninspired, seems like they're not motivated. Yeah, a million reasons not to like it. But people said, well, then I was like, they don't have accents. They're like, this because this is the English version of the trailer. And I'm like, oh, that still makes no sense. But okay, so apparently somebody told me a while ago that they have different like accent. Maybe they're just better actors. I don't know. Or they were told to, I have no idea. But, yeah, apparently it's different. For us. Yeah, what the heck? I remember losing hope in Stalker 2 back when one of the guys got arrested in Turkey. It was like 10 years ago. I do remember that. I don't remember what he was exactly arrested for. Trap Lord Jordan. I hope they have the option to change the voice acting to a different language. The English is yes, and that's something I've seen like universally. If you're not like completely drooling over this game, that's the first thing you notice is like they had better voice actors with their budget voice acting team for Shadow of Chernobyl more than 10 years ago, 15 years ago. It's kind of weird. I modded all the gun files to have an enjoyable experience. 0.5 dispersion is gold. Yeah, see there, you see. Yeah, perfect. But we still love it. I'll play it regardless. Yes. Just play the game in Ukrainian. I mean, that's. I guess that's an option. Yeah, let's see what else we got. Oh, what am I doing here? Did I click on a different one or something? No, okay. So let's see here. There was another one someone sent me. GamesCom. Oh boy. I had all the links here, but I've lost them. It's not the trailer. Yeah, gameplay impressions. And then Level Cap Gaming here too. I haven't watched this yet, but I've heard this. I've heard this a couple of times. I've heard people saying this. And I don't know what he's going to say. I don't want to put words in Level Cap's mouth because he's a good guy. I love watching his stuff. But what I have seen personally is people complaining about the graphics, saying Stalker 1 had better graphics than this one. And we all know the answer to this. They're playing Gamma and playing with reshader packs, and they're cranking the shit out of it. And it looks decent. It looks okay. It's high def, right? And then they see Stalker 2, and they're like, "Oh, Stalker 2 looks worse." It's not. Like, people are dumb, and that's something that we have to manage expectations with. Like, if somebody says something like that, send them screenshots of Shadow of Chernobyl. That's all you gotta do. Like, this is Stalker 1. This is Shadow of Chernobyl. This is Anomaly. They are different games. This is a mod. This is the real game. Just like this is Oblivion Lost, this is Shadow of Chernobyl. These are different ones. I mean, yeah, Anomaly's great. I love it. It's one of my favorite mods because it's just so diverse and powerful. But yeah, it's not the actual game. I mean, it's like, ugh. Yeah, let's see the gameplay here.
Everybody, Seth Macy at the Xbox booth.
Hopefully you can
right
hear that.
Outside Stalker 2 Heart of Chernobyl. I am with Destiny Leary. Destiny, you played Stalker 2.
I sure did. It was the first game I went to, and they just let me in to play it. I was very surprised. I will say this. The gameplay still seems a little bit early. Like, they definitely have a lot of polish to do.
Okay.
And if you're new to the
I think
Stalker
this is old footage
franchise,
anyway.
just a heads up, this game is difficult. There's inventory management in the style of a game like Escape from Tarkov, if you're familiar with it, and the AI. I saw some YouTubers out there saying,
if a game has inventory management, it's Tarkov. It's just Escape from Tarkov. Did you know that, guys?
but the AI seems a little easy.
Okay.
It was not easy. They'll flank you, they'll rush you, and I really, really enjoyed the experience, but I had to reset my expectations about what Stalker is. So if you're a Stalker fan that has been playing the game since the beginning, you're going to get exactly what you wanted.
Okay.
Yeah.
What surprised you during your time here with Stalker 2?
Well, I don't know if it's a surprise, but one thing I really enjoyed was it opens you up, it gives you the bolt, and you can throw it at anomalies, and yes, you can still jump through them. As a matter of fact, it seems like they're leaning into that mechanic. So you throw your bolt out, have the anomaly discharge, and then you rush through it to get past that hurdle, so to speak.
I wonder what he means by like they're leaning into it, because that's always been kind of a thing. Like, so I don't know. Maybe it means it's just like more prevalent, because my biggest fear with this was so the absolute worst possible scenario for me is they reduce Stalker 2 to a Call of Duty shooter with puzzle elements. I mean, like, and not like a puzzle like, oh, how do I get to this artifact? I mean, like, and you had to throw a bunch of bolts and manage your bolts, right? But like they turn it into some kind of like Tomb Raider thing, like that, like a cartoony Tomb Raider thing. But I mean, we'll see what happens.
Interesting mechanic that's utilized early on, and then they just kind of send you out into the open world. You fight some mutant dogs, and you're constantly worried about ammo management because one reload could mean life or death for your character.
So it's a tense experience.
It definitely is. It's
That
definitely not an easy game. You're going to need to be mindful of your inventory, how many bullets you have in your particular weapon, and how you're utilizing the gear that you have. Constantly loot everybody, make sure that you're getting the best gear that you have, dispose of the old stuff. As far as I can tell, no, you cannot pick up a body and use it as a carrying bag, so
That's
to
a big
speak.
miss.
Yeah, not really. But I'm actually more excited about Stalker 2 than I was before.
Oh yeah?
Because
Okay, cool.
I really like those type of experiences where it's almost a sim, right? There's stamina that you have to manage, there's health that you have to manage, seems to be a sleep indicator where you're going to have to rest at certain parts of the game, and I just cannot wait to see more.
Nice.
Last thing. So near the end of the demo, what we saw was the cloud, the sky went red, and it was very crazy, like some crazy sort of storm, and I wasn't quite sure what was happening, so I just went into cover, and then...
Okay, so everything this guy said, in my opinion, is now taken with an extreme pinch of salt, because this video game journalist, like all of them, right? We all know they're pretty much trash exclusively. The sky turned red, and there's a big storm. This was actually something now that this came up, my friend actually mentioned this to me. He was kind of laughing about it, so this must be the one he was talking about. This guy says he loved the originals and doesn't know what an emission is. This is the guy who's telling us what's good. This is the guy. This is the guy. So pretty much everything he says I don't trust now. I mean, yeah, he might have enjoyed it. It could very well be like a sim. Sure, it's more simulation than, I don't know, Call of Duty or something. Sure, or Valorant or something, right? But it's I don't trust it now. It's just. Yeah, I'll read some comments, 'cause I'm sure other people probably said the same thing. The graphics don't look as good as the last trailers released as real gameplay. Apparently rumors from the demos they gave out at GamesCom say that's pretty difficult. I bet, yeah. OG Stalker was cartoony as hell. Yes, it was. I love those old textured models. Just what for the mods? Oh, wait till they mod S2 then. Hello. Oh, hello, General Stalkus FCDF. OG Stalker took me some time and failing to add a retexture pack to enjoy its stylized humans. Barnacle Jones. All I can really ask for is that it's hard and it has a good game design. Some people say that it has dynamic sleeping, weather, etc. So all those signs lead to A-Life still being fully a thing. I thought it was. I thought they were doing like A-Life 2 or something. I thought this is what they were calling it. But I mean, yeah, it could be very different. Monolith Fighter. What do you think is going to happen with STALKER in the future? I have no idea. I've only played like 4 hours of STALKER, my dude. It was an okay game. It's fun. But yeah, it's just not my day. Maybe if I had friends to play with. OMG, Tarkov. This Tarkov. I'm going to eat the elephant's foot. If there's killas, scabs, and bitchy mercs. I don't know what any of those last 3 things are. I've never played Tarkov. It looked like crap. And the community really sold me on never touching it. Amateur. Even if Stalker Heart of Chernobyl comes out looking like that, I can bet the modders will make 4K shaders and other mods to make the game look good. I think it looks great as it is. Like, don't get me wrong. I think it's perfectly fine. I'm not a huge graphics guy. Like, I've got friends that are like always upgrading like everything to max out every game possible. And yeah, and if that's your thing, that's great. I mean, that gives you another aspect of the game that you bought that you can enjoy. That's fine. And you're right completely that somebody will come out with like a 4K, 8K shader pack, and you can tweak it and touch it and do whatever you need to do. That's perfectly great. I mean, I probably won't. One, because I probably couldn't. My machine's a little poopy, a little aged at the moment, a little geriatric, and my rig probably couldn't do that. But I probably wouldn't be interested in doing it in the first place anyway. The most I've done with that was Expedition. And the latest iteration of Expedition I've actually been very disappointed with. Because it's now to the point where it doesn't feel like Stalker to me anymore because it is too polished. But that's just a personal taste, and you can tailor that to your own expectations and desires. So that's all up to you. But you are totally correct. Even if people don't like the graphics, there will be a free mod within a week. I guarantee it. And all that. Yep, like in Skyrim. Yeah, exactly. When are you trying out Stalker 2013, brother? I don't know. I will add it to the list. I got a big old list to do. What if it's just a re-8 mod? The most hype I have for S2 is the co-op modes that make more plausible since the game's going to be in Unreal 5 instead of X-Ray. Yeah, I mean, the co-op stuff, it doesn't, I don't know. So here was my theory. This is kind of a boomer take again, and it's not probably not popular, but oh yeah, baby, probably not popular because people might not like this, but so the way I thought Stalker, the only way I thought Stalker's a co-op multiplayer should work would be something analogous to like Dark Souls, where say you go to some place, right? And you say you go to Rookie Village and you want help getting to across the cordon into the garbage, not across the cordon, but yeah, into the garbage. And you basically have to go to the campfire, and somebody will put down a note or put out a message on their PDA like, "Oh, I can help," and you go and you get them, and they follow you to the end of the map, and they have reduced stuff to make it just to balance it out. So it's sort of like a Dark Souls kind of way, right? That's the way I would like to see it. I don't want to see a map making lobby or something. But it's whatever. I mean, I'm sure it'll be fine. And here's the beautiful thing about co-op stuff. I know people read about it and they're like, "No co-op, that's not Stalker." You don't have to use it. You don't have to use. If you don't like it, you don't have to use it. Yeah. Would I think they should devote time and effort into other things other than a co-op? Sure, but part of the Unreal 5 engine is that it can support online networking stuff, so use it if you got it, in my opinion. But do your thing. Man didn't play the OG games. No, journos. He didn't know that an emission was coming. Yeah, game journalist. Oh my God, it's a storm. Journalism, yeah, Eternal, was that Doom? Yeah, the Doom one where they were saying there should be like a journalist mode or whatever it was years ago. StarCraft is more MMO than Stalker, in my opinion. Probably. I definitely got that feel. It's an okay game. It's just, just not my thing. Agreed, game looks great. At this point, all I want is a release date. Yeah, I love one as well, my dude, but I don't think I think they're probably going to push it back Q1 2024. And I would say conservatively, like this is not doom posting like other people do. We're like, it's gonna be shit, it's never coming out. Whoa. No, I'm saying like I would conservatively expect it Q2 2024, probably June of next year. That's what I would say. Just with everything happening, the delays they've had, and the state the game's in from just looking at some of the stuff, I mean, It could very well happen early next year, but I would say June's safe. I would say it's a safe bet. But I've been wrong before, so it looks good, but I can't notice that some things look a little weird for some reason. It reminded me of Chernobylite. Hope there will be more videos. Yeah, I'm going to go through digging through all this, Mr. Hawkins. We're going to hopefully see a little bit more of it, but it does. That's why I'm saying I see June of 2024, because it looks cool and stuff, but there are things, and I don't know what they are, right? Like, I'm not a professional at this by any means. I'm just a guy, but I'm seeing this and I'm like, something is not right. It's kind of like, did you guys play Warhammer? Total War Warhammer? Total War Warhammer 1, amazing game, loved it across the board. I don't know how many hours I have in it, too many. Warhammer 2, it was very similar, right? Like but it just felt different. Warhammer 3, completely loved it. Like, but Warhammer 2, from the moment I booted that thing up, something was off. I don't know what it is. I don't know. But something was off. And that's what I'm kind of getting with this. But this is early access. This is not coming out, like, tomorrow. So I don't have to worry about that. Stalker's a solo game for sure. I definitely think so. And I think that if you want to, and me personally, I would not use co-op unless there was a massive penalty to doing co-op. But that's just me. Like, if there was something to counteract it, sure, go for it. But I am a weirdo. And I mean, not weird. There's many people like me. Like, Dark Souls is great. Like, I was doing the pacifist run in Stalker Anomaly, like, where I couldn't kill anybody to see how far I could get. Like, I enjoyed the super hard, dumb games that torture you. Like, I love that. And Stalker's kind of one of them. Kind of. That sounds kind of rad, honestly. What does, buddy? The co-op system, maybe? That I proposed. That's not real, so keep that in mind. That's not what's actually happening. That's just what I think in my own little hyper-autistic mind should happen. 2026, saved by mods. I hope not. Didn't CSG Games say that Stalker 2 will get multiple DLC? Yes, they did. And they could release the game in March. March of last year? Or was this, like, were they saying March of next year? I haven't heard that. But I know people ask me, the only reason I'm doing this is because people ask me all the time, because they think that I should know, which I really try not to, because I don't want to spoil stuff for myself. And it's really, like, this is the first time we've seen real stuff, like a real look at things. Everything else has been speculation, so I haven't really looked up. But yeah, we can take a look and see if there's a new release date that they've officially given. March, that's feasible, I think, if they really pushed it. And yes, there's supposed to be multiple DLC that comes out with it, which I would imagine is probably going to be released in a similar, like in a sequential release. I guess that's how you call it, where they do like one every year or something. Next year, okay, next year, yeah. I mean, that's feasible if they pushed, and yeah. Like I said in my video, though, I did my most recent Stalker 2 video. There's gonna be a patch the first week. I guarantee you. It's gonna be pretty rough when it comes out. I think regardless, there's gonna be a huge ass patch. I don't think it's gonna be like I don't think it's gonna be, what was it, Cyberpunk. I don't think it's gonna be that bad, but there's gonna be some stuff. I can almost promise you that. There's only one thing I don't like very much is the UI when looting, where the inventory looks quite flat or simplistic. I actually love that personally, and I'm sure there's gonna be a mod for that. I guarantee it. But yeah, I personally like the UI. It's elegant and clean. It's not bad, I don't think. I'm sure it could be more dynamic or whatever you want to call it. That probably also takes up more computing power, and it's harder to do.
But all of that stuff that I experienced is just like the first few minutes of the game. So, attacked by a big pack of wild dogs. These people that want to murder me just swarming me, and they were doing quite well. To be fair, I did throw a grenade at them as soon as I realized they were an opponent.
Nice.
And there was a lot more to consider in combat than a game like Call of Duty would throw at you.
Sure.
This is not.
Yeah, this guy has never played Stalker before.
Escape from Tarkov, or if you're a Stalker fan who's flaming me in the comments, it's probably exactly what you want. It seems like more Stalker to me.
All right.
He's never played Stalker. He has no idea what we
How
want.
does it feel?
It feels good.
Yeah.
Like, guns work as expected. They can actually malfunction, it would seem. We've seen that in some of the trailers where it seems like some of the guns can have issues that you'll have to deal with. So there are a lot of different aspects to Stalker 2 that I think will be overwhelming for new fans, but if you embrace them and try and learn them, I think you're going to have a great time.
All right. Anything else we need to know about Stalker 2?
You need to play it.
Okay.
Definitely. I have the original games installed on my PC. Now I need to make time.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You didn't know what a damn mission was. I don't believe you. But, yeah, whatever. I mean, you might have them installed. You never thought you might have intended on playing them before you came here to do the Stalker 2 thing, but you never did.
And go play video games.
Should I play them as someone who maybe isn't that great at managing his own life?
Yes. All the more reason.
Sweet. Well, that's Stalker 2 Destined. Sound like you had a great time. Thanks so much for talking to us about it. We are at the Xbox booth at GamesCom. This is day one. For more Gamescom, don't even think about leaving IGN.
Well, sorry, IGN. We thought about leaving, and we are. Let's see this, though.
One of my most anticipated...
So yeah, let's see what level cap says here. Generally, I think he does okay stuff, so this will be interesting. I mean, I'm still going to play a gameplay over graphics. Yeah, let's see. I just want to see what some of these comments. Yeah, the first trailer looked way too ambitious in terms of optimization, especially for console. So yeah, this is true though. If they're going in and saying like it looks way worse than it did from their original trailer, it does, because they realized it was way too difficult to do what they were trying to do, and they cut back. They're like, yeah, this ain't happening. Especially on a console, which I'm pretty sure it's coming out. Let me see. Stalker 2, Xbox One. I put a space there. Xbox, is it 1 still? I'm pretty sure it comes out on Xbox first, doesn't it? I don't know if that's still a thing. That was originally what they were saying like a year ago, that it was an Xbox. Okay, Q1 2024. Okay, so they pushed it back. So yeah, March. Okay, yeah. That's cool, and I mean, that's great. I'm happy, right? I'm happy. And again, not doom posting, but I would not be surprised. I will not be destroyed if it takes until June, Q2. I will not be upset or surprised in the slightest if it does. If it comes out earlier, great, love it, perfect. Where was it though? There was an Xbox. It might be different now, but because so much has changed. Current gen. Oh, Xbox One. What's the most recent Xbox? It's not Xbox One anymore, is it? I don't even know what consoles are anymore. Oh my god. And this is all old. Yeah, this is all really old. Yeah, okay. Stalker 2. This is old. This is old. So this is not... This is old. Yeah, so I don't know if this is still the case, but yeah, if they were catering to console players heavily, and this is what made me think that. So if they were the original graphics they were pushing, not happening on console, not happening. I mean, but again, I could just be wrong because I don't even know what console is the main console now for Xbox anymore. That's how I haven't touched a console since the 360. I think I still have a 360 hooked up to my. I still play I still play Dark Souls 2 and what's the other one? What's the other one? Dragon Age. I still play that every so often on Xbox. Yeah, exclusive for 3 months. Okay, and that's still a thing, I'm guessing, or because this is old, 2021. This is really old, but expectations are mostly met. Yeah, that's the way to do it, man. Just don't get hyped for games. If they're good, they're good. If they're not, they're not. But don't have your whole life geared around a game coming out. Like, that's just, for many reasons, that's just not healthy. Like, could you imagine console first exclusive? I know, right? But that's where the money's at, right? That is where the money's at. I think. I think consoles are still more prolific by a long shot, but Series X, Xbox Series X. It's not looking as good as Metro Exodus, even as a Series X owner. I got no idea. I couldn't tell you. 29 FPS needs mass optimization. My last console was the original Xbox, highly based. I had a PS2. I never had an Xbox. I ended up getting an Xbox 360 for Gears of War 2, which I played quite a bit. But yeah, so if this is still the case, so this is my thing. I don't know if this is still the case. Xbox exclusive for 3 months. In Q4 2021 when it released. Oh, that's good. That's good. Oh, that's good. Oh, I got 20 people watching. Well, hello. Oh, jeez. Like and subscribe, guys. Make sure you go over to the Froge channel as well. But yeah, welcome and thanks for watching. Let's check out this level cap video. This makes a lot more sense now. Because I thought this was just more dogging on the graphics, but it seems to be the case that it's not. So.
Anticipated Games of the Year, Stalker 2 has now been delayed to Q1 2024. It also just got a new trailer that looks like a bit of a visual downgrade compared to the previous trailers, and a 15-minute demo is being played at Gamescom with impressions being posted online. Hey guys, Levelcap here, and I sincerely hope that Stalker 2 isn't beginning to stumble. The company developing it seems like they've been through hell, having to literally move their studio due to the war in Ukraine. They even lost a developer who died in a battle near Bakhmut while defending.
Well, I don't think he's not a developer in Stalker 2, is he? He was a Clear Sky dev, I think, if I remember. I mean, yeah, it sucks. Don't be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was a Clear Sky dev, if I remember correctly. I could be wrong. If I am, yeah, please correct me.
Ukraine. At this point, I think everyone would understand if they needed more time to finish and polish Stalker 2, beyond Q1 2024, that is.
Yes.
Sadly, though, that's not always an option due to, well, funding and publishing deals. With all that said, I'm probably going to be buying Stalker 2 regardless when it comes out. I'm just such a big fan of the originals that
I mean, I have a channel now with almost 20,000, 19,000 people that subscribe to me, so I pre-ordered the dang thing, but I mean, so I got it regardless, but yeah, I can, if someone didn't want to buy it, I totally understand, but yeah, I'm going to be getting it.
I'll play anything that even resembles those first games. And of course, I really hope they are able to ultimately deliver a worthy product. Now, originally the game was slated for a December release. In fact, Steam still has it listed as December 2023. But the new trailer announces at the end that it's slated for Q1 2024. Now, the original Stalker games are some of the most hardcore and beloved survival games of all time. so naturally there's a lot of hype for an official sequel. And the trailer that GSC Game World dropped about 7 months ago showed gameplay that looked like it was definitely living up to players' expectations. Running on Unreal Engine 5, the Come To Me trailer shows incredible atmospherics of the dilapidated zone with beautiful lighting and visual effects. However, the trailer that was released today shows very little of that original beauty. The shadows and lighting look almost flat by comparison. The textures look simpler.
And that is a question. Was this console play? Which that guy who was playing before, who said that he was the great Stalker fan who didn't know what a mission was, he was playing at the Xbox booth. So if they have this on PC, I could, and this has been the thing in the past, I don't know where consoles are. I haven't touched a console in a long time. But it was always the case that this is what console shit looked like. And the first trailer was what PC looked like. That's where the PC Master Race meme came from. And again, I don't know if that's the case still, because I don't care about console anymore. But if this was console, I could see the PC version being 60 FPS, 4K, all the dynamic lighting, the shadows. I could see that. I don't know what kind of rig it's going to take, but I could see that. And again, to me, it's not really a big deal. But
and the lush atmospherics just aren't quite hitting like they did before. And gamers are certainly picking up on that. Here's some comments just from YouTube. Visually looks awful. Such a shame. Had high hopes for this one. But that's Xbox for you, I suppose.
Xbox, yeah.
This game looks so cheap. This game doesn't even look that good. Downgraded. Looks laggy at 50 seconds in. I see the graphics got downgraded. Looks worse than when it was originally announced. Why do I have a feeling like the game got downgraded? I just asked the same question. Because it did. Looks like a mod for Stalker 1 Anomaly.
Okay, that one right there. That comment.
It's like a mod for Stalker.
That comment gave me cancer. That is the problem with Stalker at the moment. And that's the reason that I think no matter what this game is like, it's going to be, a bunch of people are going to hate it. A bunch of people are going to say it's trash. A bunch of people, and other people are going to love it. But they're expecting Stalker Gamma. That is their problem. They're not even Anomaly. Stalker 1 Anomaly. They're expecting Gamma, which is a mod of the game. It's not even a mod. It's a collection of mods. It's like 300 gigs of mods slapped together on top of a mod. Like, that's what it is. And these people have no idea because they never played the original. And they're comparing it to something that it's literally apples and oranges. Yes, they are both fruit. They are both fruit. That is correct. But they're that's where the similarities end, unfortunately. And this is the issue. Because if you go into it if you went into Call of Pripyat expecting Gamma, like you played Gamma and you're like, oh, this is awesome, I'm gonna go play it, and then you would think that you would think that Call of Pripyat was like some early beta version that they couldn't, like, I don't know what you would think, but you wouldn't think they're the same games because they're not. They're completely different games, and yeah, I mean that's just how it goes, but. This is what's going to kill it. This is what will be Stalker's greatest enemy, is the people who don't know what to expect. And to be fair, I don't know what to expect with Stalker 2, but I'm almost certain it will be closer to the original trilogy than it will be to Anomaly. I can almost promise you that. Sure, there will probably be mechanics and stuff that were taken that were popular, but all in all, it's going to be probably more like Shadow Chernobyl than it is Anomaly. That's just the way it is.
1 Anomaly. At 42 seconds, it looks like a PlayStation 4 game. I'm fine if they delay it for 1 entire year or more. Better have a great working and looking game than something that was cut together. Now, digging into it further, it looks like this trailer is made from the first 15-minute gameplay demo that's being shown at Gamescom right now. Everything that was described as being played in the demo is what this trailer is showing. I'm not at Gamescom myself, so I can't play the demo and see how it actually feels, but I did did read every article and little snippet that I could find about it. IGN probably had one of the more level-headed responses to it. They said the gameplay still seems a bit early, they have a ton of polish to do, the AI was not easy, they flank and they rush you, it's extremely difficult like the first game, ammo management, one badly timed reload could mean your death, they got attacked by wild dogs, they got attacked by people, they experienced a crazy red storm event, and despite some of the polished stuff, they're actually more excited to play it than they were before, so that's actually a pretty positive take. PC Gamer noted that there was a compass with an actual quest marker on there, which they weren't a huge fan of just because it took...
Yeah, that's not cool. Like, I don't know what it looks... Oh, I think up here. Yeah, okay, up at the top. This is kind of... Yeah, I don't like that, personally. But I usually play with the HUD off to begin with, so probably wouldn't be an issue for me.
Took away from some of the more natural approach to the game. They mentioned that bolts let you temporarily weaken anomalies to pass through some of them. Then they said, elsewhere, Stalker 2 looked good, sure, but utilitarian. It's post-apocalypse. The buildings are concrete and rubble, the vibes are gray and dour, but here, amid the alien red glow of an emission, it feels like they're making the most of the Unreal Engine 5. Xbox Wire had a very game journalisty take on it that was just a lot of fluff writing, but it said that the game looked great. I found a few other random posts from people who played it at GamesCom saying that the
so you
game
can't trust those game
looked
journalists.
really good. According to Reddit, people think that DXR was actually turned off for the demo, aka ray tracing, which would explain a lot of the flatter looking presentation compared to the early.
Because they might have done that for performance. They didn't want to have a big lag spike or drop in FPS during the... Yeah, that could explain it, actually. I don't know if that's true, but that would definitely make sense. Which, yeah, if that's the case, it probably does look way better than this, honestly, if ray tracing was turned off. But if your game can't function on a console with ray tracing on, yeah, it's kind of a moot thing to have it.
Your trailers. Hopefully that's just a temporary downgrade and that they plan to re-enable that option with more optimization. As people mentioned in the trailer, it did look like it was lagging at certain points. The many previous videos shown showcase incredible visuals that are more in line with what people expect from Unreal Engine 5. Unfortunately, what's all too common these days with promoting games is that early trailers are being rendered with all of the visual settings cranked to the max.
Yeah.
And then when the devs actually have to make the game playable, those effects are scaled way back. No Man's Sky and the original Watch Dogs are two very well-known titles that did a lot of this. I would imagine at least some of that is going on here, but with the delayed release, I hope that gives them enough time to figure out ways to turn some of those settings back up. If the base game assets are quality, then it can always be pushed further as they figure out better render pipelines and tricks, or even faster hardware is released. Sadly, Unreal Engine 5 is not a golden ticket to insane visuals. It might have the capabilities to render photorealistic scenes, but doing so at 60 frames per second while also running tons of world and game code in the background is a completely different story. One thing to remember is that the original Stalker game was janky and not perfect. It featured some impressive visuals for the time, but the gameplay was rough around the edges. As was
I don't think it was the visuals were good, not because of the technology being used, but because the developers had a sense of artistic vision. I think they knew what they wanted. It was janky as shit, but it had the feel that they were going for, and it had the charm, right? Like that's what it was for me. That made me actually like it and love it. They didn't need Unreal Engine to do Unreal 3 back then, probably whatever that would have been. I don't know, but they didn't need it. I mean, they had their own thing. And yeah, today, could they release a game like that today, their own thing from the ground up? I mean, as an indie game, I'm sure they could, but going for this mass appeal like they are, no, I don't think it would fly, because people are just so used to this kind of photorealism, like he said, photorealistic graphics, which, it doesn't, like he said, it doesn't do everything, because you do have to optimize it. And then on top of that, you have to have a good story, you have to have good art department. I mean, just having the engine doesn't solve all your problems. But I mean, the models I'm seeing here, they look fun. Like everything looks good to me. Like even if this is I think from the old Come to Me trailer. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I just don't. I don't know if this is the same scene, but yeah, it looks fine to me. I mean, personally, like the art style. Like, I've never been a fan of the whole HD textures, but that's just a personal thing for me.
Presentation. The mod that most people are playing today, Stalker Anomaly, contains a lot of hard modding work to fix and improve aspects of the game. I am trying to temper my expectations for Stalker 2, but I also know that I'm absolutely going to be playing it when it launches. I think if you're a Stalker fan, you kind of have to at this point. Also, atmospherics come down to a lot more than just ray-traced lighting, and even playing Stalker Anomaly has better atmospherics than most modern games.
Yes.
The gray weather and the punishing environment makes it feel more real than other games, and it seems very likely that we're going to get a lot more of that with Stalker 2. The gameplay impressions from people actually at Gamescom do instill a bit more confidence in the project than the latest trailer does. And the fact that it's actually playable right now for a full 15-minute demo, which has been described as being pretty darn open world, people have been impressed by just how little the demo actually limits you, is a good indicator. That means they aren't necessarily rushing to get it working, but more rushing to polish the game. I think
true.
Stalker 2 still has the potential to be a runaway hit, and I'm excited for people who never experienced the first ones to be thrown back into that punishing and oddly intoxicating world. Now, for those of you who had December circled on your calendar as Stalker month, well, it sucks that you're going to have to wait a bit longer. I'm in that camp with you. In the meantime, though, I highly recommend, one, playing Stalker Anomaly and slapping on maybe with the Gamma mod on there, which is incredibly punishing, but also super immersive experience. And if you're looking for even a little more depth, you can go back and read the book Stalker. It's an incredible novel, one of my favorite sci-fi books of all time, I think. There's some nuanced differences between the book and the game, like there's some alien stuff in the book.
The book Stalker? It's gonna be Roadside Picnic? Unless they made it... Because the movie Stalker... I don't know. I don't. Maybe he meant that.
Versus the game, which is more Chernobyl radiation zone, but it is extremely good, so I recommend doing that in the meantime. Let me know what you think about these developments in the comments, and up next, if you want the best possible game audio, which is sure to be important with Stalker 2, check out this.
Yeah, I do want the best audio. Okay, wow, we got a lot of stuff here to go through. Geez. 300 mods for 120 gigabytes. That's at Gamma 2. Anomaly, the OG Stalker. Gamma players crying. The only fruit is the one I'm looking at on the screen right now. Yeah, that's me. I'm fruity as pebbles. Honest question, X-Ray Engine or brand new UE5? It depends on what you do with it, man. I know, well, Unreal is definitely more, I guess it has a lot more options. You're not as limited, but X-Ray is jank. If they redid it in X-Ray, yeah, it would definitely feel like Stalker. I mean, that'd be great. The experience of the original series is what makes the mods good, in my opinion. What's the point of playing Stalker just for gunplay looks? Yeah, that's exactly. I mean, there's something to be said about the aesthetics and liking that. I mean, that's your thing. It's cool. But yeah, you're right. You're missing out on so much. Like, it could be a fun time. You could play it, but yeah, I don't think you're going to be dumping. You're not dumping a lot of time into it. What's the difference between Stalker Anomaly and Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl? This sounds like a joke. It sounds like the setup to a joke. If that's a real question, because honestly, it could be a joke. That sounds like a setup to a really funny joke. Anomaly is built off of Call of Pripyat, which, I mean, so the main thing is Shadow of Chernobyl is way more story driven. Like, it just is. Anomaly has a story, has like 4 chapters, right? But they're player written. You have to play it yourself to see the difference. Like, imagine everything you love about Anomaly, but at the time, it was a self-contained story, epic. Honestly, playing it the first time, it was It was a really cool experience at the time because there was nothing like it. I don't know what it's like to go back after playing Anomaly, playing Shadow Chernobyl. I would say do it. And there's graphics overhaul mods for it too. So if it's the graphics that you can't get around, then you can totally get some kind of overhaul package on like ModDB and play it. I know people do. So that might make it a little less, I don't know, archaic. It might keep you immersed a little bit more. Shadow Chernobyl, the original game, Anomaly is a mod that contains all 3 of the original maps, a bunch of new features. Yeah, exactly. There you go. The difference is more than that. SOC is an action game with inventory. Anomaly is trying to be an immersive sim. Even COP didn't have to worry about eating or packing tents into the wild. This is very true. Anomaly has very many features that are added by the player base to make it a open world survival game. To an extent, the originals were kind of survival games, but it was more of a shooter with survival elements. It's definitely, eating, sleeping, that sort of stuff did not exist. Namely because, like, what is it? How many days is it? And I used to know that, like the events of Clear Sky, for instance, take a few days. Like, not even that, because there's like 2 missions. I'd have to check, but it's not long. Anomaly, like going through the entire like storyline they have for you, it feels like it's like because it is. You can see the night going, blah blah blah. It's a whole thing. It weeks, right? Like, SOC is more an action game. By far the most atmospheric of the titles. Yes. Although I am partial to Call of Pripyat. I don't know why, but I keep coming back to that one for some reason. The book, is he talking about Roadside Picnic or the German novels? I have no idea. There's a lot of Stalker novels in many different languages. I've come to find out from all of my international friends on the Discord server. There's a lot. Some of them are pretty wonky. Some of them are really good. But yeah, there's very few that are translated into English. He could be talking about a Stalker book from another language that I haven't read or heard of, or he could be talking about Roadside Picnic. I would guess Roadside Picnic because he said it's less. He mentioned aliens. That's Roadside Picnic. So yeah, and it's less Chernobyl because it's not in Chernobyl. It's actually in Canada. So yeah, I'm assuming that he means Roadside Picnic. No, the bar he set was still Anomaly based for the good atmosphere. Very true. Sparrow Agent speaking facts, spitting the truth here. Yeah, I think he means Roadside Picnic. Yeah. Not necessarily original story. We'll add both these. Has them, yes. Indie Game Journal here has no idea. I bet dollars to donuts TV board in stock COP. Yeah, I would imagine. I hope not. Because I'm pretty sure this guy has played them. Level cap. I don't know. The other guy, I don't know. The guy who didn't know what an admission was, I got no idea. Some people forget that Stalker mods existed before Anomaly and Call of Chernobyl, and Misery mods have pretty much always existed. Yes, Call of Chernobyl was Misery. I didn't play Misery till like, I don't know, it was a while ago. A few years ago, probably. Was Misery one of the OGs? I don't know what year it came out. Let's see. Maybe it has a date. Stalker Misery mod. Does it have a date somewhere? Yeah, Misery's great. I should actually do that one again. I should do a video on that. It doesn't get enough love. Nothing gets enough love. Maybe I was on ModDB. 2014. I saw 2014. 2013. Yeah, that's old. Okay, yeah, that is an OG. That's pretty much right after Call of Pripyat, right? I mean, it was Call of Pripyat 2012, 2013. Yeah, that was just right around the same time. So, yeah, definitely, you are correct there. I didn't realize. There was eating in the games. I would generally commit acts of genocide to get an English translation of some of those books. That'd be good. I would as well, buddy. But I don't think it's gonna happen, man. Not for a while. I mean, maybe now if there's renewed interest after Stalker 2, maybe it'll be worth it. Metro books are similar sounding. Misery after Anomaly, no. I'm glad I put the time to beat the 3 original games before I touched Anomaly, so I didn't ruin my expectations. Track Lord George with the facts. That is how to do it. Space Agent again. That's like two nuggets of wisdom, Space Agent. Misery was before Anomaly. Anomaly is built off Call of Chernobyl and takes aspects of Misery, namely the extreme hardcore nature. Yeah. Because Call of Chernobyl was... When was that? Release date. Probably ModDB again. I'll have it. Yeah, 2015. Yeah, I was gonna say 2015 because I remember it was like a. Yeah, it was right before. It was like I remember seeing Trump on TV a lot, and I came back and I was like, oh, Call of Chernobyl. Ooh. And I threw it on, and I played it a little bit, but and it was fine. And then Anomaly came out. What was that? 2016, 2017. Anomaly release date. ModDB, what do we got? 2018. Okay. Yeah. So now we know the timeline of our favorite Stalker mods. But yeah, it sounds right to me. I didn't know Misery was that early though. I did not. I thought it was pretty much around the same time as Call of Chernobyl, but yeah, very interesting. Especially FCS in the mix being redheaded stepchild of 3 games. Freedom Break music in the background. Oh yeah, I enjoyed Clear Sky as well. I was worried before I played it because of all the negativity. Yeah, it's still. If you don't hit one of like the Doomsday errors, which I think are pretty much cleared up by patches, yeah, it's playable. It's completely playable. Is it? I think it's the most janky, and I think the storyline is probably the most. Yeah, pretty much the most weird, like just like the most why. But it does set everything up, and it's kind of cool that way. Call of Chernobyl is basically a combination of all the 3 original games, but without the campaign strategy. Yeah, I mean, pretty much. So honest conclusion about HOC. Well, conclusion is I can't draw one, and people have been asking me for a very long time to. I mean, they hound me about it, really. Like, oh, what's it going to be like? I don't know. I'm not there. I haven't touched it. I don't know. What I can tell you is that no matter how it is right now, these game journalists are probably paid to put out good reviews and say nice things. So you can't really trust what they say, unfortunately. From what I've seen, it looks fine, looks playable. Is it going to recapture the magic? I don't know. This is how many, yeah. A decade later since I started playing, I was like, 2010 I started playing them. So, because a few years after the release, but yeah, like it's been it'll be 14 years almost since I played the first one. I'm a different person. Will anything capture the magic of those epic gamer moments you used to have when you're young? For me, I don't know, because I'm old. I'm not old, but yeah, it's working on my truck and hanging out with my family needs more to me than a video game at this point. And when I was a kid, that's not the case, but so yeah, I don't know. Is it going to capture the magic? Maybe it won't, but it'll be fun. It's going to be a fun time. As far as my honest opinions of it right now, yeah, I think June of next year is probably a very conservative and wise place to put your money as far as when it's going to release. And as far as the actual experience itself, the gameplay, yeah, it looks a little janky, but they have more time to polish it. I think they will polish it. I think they're going to take everything they can from the feedback and try to do what they can with it to make the best gaming experience possible. But as a whole, it looks fine. I pre-ordered it. I hope it's great. I hope it's awesome. If I could get my hands on more footage or play it myself, maybe I can give you a better answer. But as of right now, am I excited for it? I don't get excited for video games anymore. I bought Star Citizen back in the day. I kickstarted that. So no, I don't get excited. I bought DayZ a month after it came out, standalone. I bought DayZ standalone a month after it came out. And that game, just like a few years ago, became playable, in my opinion. So, yeah, I don't get excited for games anymore. Again, could be because I'm just older or something, but just the way it is. I'd love to be a hype beast or a Doom poster. Or what I'd love to do either of those, but can't. If you're going to play CS, I would recommend using the AVR mod. It balances out. I've never tried that one. I'll have to look that one up. Because I've been meaning to do another playthrough Clear Sky, and I'm gonna win the faction war as the bandits, and yeah, just torture myself. So maybe I'll try that. Come on, you don't like the boss fight against the monolith helicopter? With the boss health bar. Old myself. Yeah. Charlie Hotel Romeo. We are boomers. As to capture the magic, you can only hear Cheeky Breaky the first time once. Very true. Very true. For many people, yeah, many kids at Christmas when they get the Stalker 2 game, yeah, it's gonna knock their socks off. They're gonna lose their minds, I'm sure. And I'm happy for them. But yeah, me. We'll see. My best Stalker experience that I've had in a long time is actually going out LARPing in the woods with all my Slobjank gear. Microsoft better not F up console Game Pass version. I don't trust Microsoft to do anything correctly, so I don't want to say that they will, but I would not be surprised if they did. More scared about Starfield. I've seen that one. Arma 2 DayZ was better. Hot take. No, that's not a hot take. That's the truth. That's the absolute truth. Like today compared to today, it's okay. Like I play it quite a bit now. Today, like I started playing. What year? 2020. I started playing it again. I think. Give it a shot again, and I was like, yeah, this is all right. Because I had it bought. It was like what $30 when it came out. But yeah, no. Compared to DayZ, like Arma 2 DayZ, compared to standalone back in like 2013, 2014, yeah, not a question, man. DayZ standalone was trash back then. And the only people that enjoyed it were the ones who played 7 Days to Die and wanted, like, oh, I want something like, oh, yeah, I'll check out DayZ. And they liked it. But, I mean, if you played Arma 2 DayZ, yeah, no, you were, no. Stalker 2 better have NPCs and mutants doing stuff irregardless in the background of the player, or I ain't buying it. That'd be pretty cool. And it should. I don't know why it wouldn't. A-Life did that in the OG Stalkers to an extent, but yeah, I guess I don't know how much you want. Like I'm sure you can do what they did in the originals. But Sweet Little Lies, Todd Howard, Tommy Lies, Sweet Little Lies. Slav Surplus equals fun. Yes, it is. And if you do enjoy Slav Surplus, head on over to the Froge channel. I'll actually throw the link in here real quick. This is my second channel where all of the fun gaming stuff is not taking place, but rather the guns and gear sort of stuff. I'll have to drop it here. Slav Surplus equals fun. Yes, it is. And if you do Streamception. Oh yeah, there's the link if you guys are interested. Stalker 2 has been severely downgraded. Let's see, what else do we got? Enfant Terrible. Someone's a Metal Gear fan. What do we got? What's good here? Half-Life 2. Okay. Anything else we have here? Oh yeah, Space Marine 2. That's coming out. That'll look pretty cool. Not really relevant for this channel. The importance of Chernobyl's... because I changed the spelling. That got me for a second. This guy.
Stalker fans have long awaited a new entry into the Stalker franchise, but their patience is finally paying off. Here
Thanks
to
for
tell us
being
about
a
Stalker 2
Bronado
as part of
Chad.
Chernobyl is
Bromando
from
Chad?
GSC Game World. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I put a call out on Twitter asking what people wanted to know about Stalker 2, and you know, right now the team is obviously dealing with the war in Ukraine. It's had a huge impact on development, not just for the game, but on the people working on it. So everybody wanted to know, how is the team, and then how are they feeling now that the game is out here for the public to play?
Well, it's a good question. So the team feels very different. Mostly all of our team are Ukrainians who some of the team members left the country before the war starts because we realized that it may happen and we want to keep everyone safe. And our main motivation was to save everyone, so we were thinking we're gonna move everyone to the safe place and then we will decide what to do next. And we propose everyone to get their bags and travel. We have a plan. We prepared a plan long before this. We had a lot of buses standing with drivers 24 hours, 7 days per week, who were standing near the office. So in case that would happen at some point, everyone knows where to go to see it and to move. But that was the time when we realized that it's gonna happen just before it happens, and we had a chance to move a little bit earlier, and so for me, I was already out of the country, and for me it was.
Yeah, I can definitely see this interview sucked the most. Yeah, I can see that. Because yeah, it's he doesn't speak English very well. So, but I mean, it's interesting. I never heard this part of it before. But yeah, cool, very interesting.
Very different from how it felt with the guys who left there, and it's frightening. It's very frightening. But at some point, when you are in this, when you're at war, so you're in country, the bomb can come and blow everything. At some point, you become used to it, and it become normal. So it's strange to say, but for many of us, the normal is when bombs fly. It's okay. Someone died. It's not okay, and it's totally different. And doing the game it helps a lot because we can focus on bringing something to this world, to bring some art, experience, a story, and that's what drives us and make us feel better and happy at some points. And it's helped everyone in our team to become stable and move forward. Some part of our team goes to the army to defend. That was their decision, so they just goes there day one. They don't have any fighting experience, but they want to stand there and to protect us. And we honor them, we love them for that, and it's super cool. But it's totally, it's but still we are making games, and it's something that we're gonna do for, I guess, all the life, because it's the best job ever. I can't find any job better than that. But the situation is very
Complicated.
It's very simple from point of view that there is a bad guys, there is a good guys, and there is no way to feel it in some different way. And so for us it's very simple, but it's very frightening and not okay about that. It feels like okay already.
Well, I can't even imagine what the team is going through, what you're going through, but it does make me feel a little better to hear that you find solace in or comfort in developing the game and working on the game as a team. You know, so everybody just wanted to know how you're doing, so I really appreciate the candid answer very much. Talking about the game, it's been 10 years, so what would you want to tell the audience about Stalker 2 and how to set their expectations for what they're going to be experiencing in this?
Yeah, this is a very good question, because what we can see now from the players, the expectations of what do they expect from the game, what kind of the game they think the Stalker 2 is very important, because they face the real game, what we did, and not what player imagined, and it become frustrating if you're not on the right, expecting not the right game what we're doing. But so it's happened.
Yeah, that's actually really good that he said that, because yeah, it's good that they know this. Because yeah, that's gonna be a huge thing. If you don't know what to expect, yeah, you might feel cheated, you might feel lied to. So it's really good that they actually have this awareness, and that's something that, I mean, I'm not gonna say I didn't expect them to say that, but it's good that they realize that the most popular version played of their old game is a mod. That's really good. You can hear him trying to say his expectations and concern about people expecting the wrong game.
To everyone I see, when players start playing without expectations like a players, so they just start and forget about what they think the Stalker 2 is and start to play what they see, they become good. They start they start investigating, discovering what's there, what the mechanics, how it plays. This game is totally different from other games, and I know that everyone can say this about their game, but for us, it's very hard to find something close as experience, because it's very different genres, and there is a big open world games with huge maps.
Yeah, and this is definitely something true. Like, yeah, he's right. This is a very different game from probably anything we've played. It's not going to be like the original trilogy, because it's going to be way more polished in probably every respect. And it's definitely not going to be like the mods you've been playing. So yeah, and then on top of that, Stalker was a pretty novel game, right? Actually, really novel game, as far as like the first-person shooter kind of deal goes. So it was very different on its own to begin with, just the setting and everything. Can you imagine the reaction from people if he called out Anomaly/Gamma by name? I can, and I do. And yeah, like I said, I don't hate them. I don't hate those mods at all. I played Anomaly a lot. I'm not a fan of Gamma just because it's huge and bloated, and I just don't like half the stuff that's in it. But yeah, I mean, people would feel attacked. Like when I say I don't like those, and that they kind of are ruining people's perception of what Stalker 2 is going to be like. Yeah, people, they get kind of mad at me about it, which is like, all right, I mean, whatever. But c'est la vie. What do you want? But, yeah, no, like there would be serious butt mad if that happened. There would be booty blasting of an epic proportion.
In different settings, but there is no so big games in Chernobyl, a realistic, modern setting with a lot of science fiction, a very deep and non-linear story. So it's very heavy on plot and non-linearly.
Can we dive into that a little bit?
Yeah.
I am curious. Did you end up gameplay mechanic-wise leaning more into a military sim style gameplay?
We don't plan to do it military style. So we don't think that Stalker is about military. It's about a regular human whose life somehow leads that this person want to go to the zone and find something there from himself, and it's very different from everyone who goes to the zone. I mean, the stalkers who are there and the players who play as a stalker, and we wanted to give the experience and feeling how you could feel in real life, because the Chernobyl zone and Stalker map is very close to what you can find actually in real place. So
did you go to the real place actually?
yeah, we've been there a lot, and it's very important to do this game, and this one of the most beautiful places in the world. I don't think there is somewhere else the place like this where it is a town that's become abandoned in like one day, when all one who live there, they just have to be evacuated without taking any clothes, anything, and it looks totally frozen moment, and it's super. It's not frightening. It's amazing, and it's impossible to make it somewhere else.
Yeah, I think the word he was looking for was like unique or something. Like it kind of, yeah. I mean, he doesn't speak English very well, which is fine. That's not, not his fault or anything. Like I guess it's fault. I guess not dogging him or anything. But yeah, it's. I think you can tell he definitely wants to say so much, but he doesn't know how, like the right way, and he's trying to be careful because he doesn't want to say something wrong. And I would really like to see. I would have loved to see him in an actual interview speaking Ukrainian with subtitles. That's what I would love to see. Because you can tell he cares a lot and he wants to say so much, but he just doesn't know how. And yeah, I really wish IGN sent someone that could speak Ukrainian or Russian. And yeah.
Because it would cost just a lot of money just to evacuate whole the city. And the nature takes its part there. So the trees start to grow through the asphalt. There are trees growing on top of the buildings, like you see the five level building, so it's high and there is a tree, and it looks so futuristic and fantastic and amazing, and getting this experience helps a lot to do this game, to understand what we want to show. We want to give a portion of this experience too, and because of this real place, and it's just like 120 kilometers from the Kiev, so it's very close, and we want to both give this experience and give a heavy story, and also bring very realistic, not realistic, but the game should looks like it's realistic. So there are a lot of details to the weapons, to the attached upgrades, and it's
I think the word he was looking for, not with, yeah, you're right. He's trying to say like unsettling or something, but like right there at that moment, I think he said not realistic, but realistic. Like he's trying to immersive or something like that. But yeah, I mean,
Can I dive into
which yeah, you're getting details, little details about the actual place, and yeah,
the trailers are
visiting Chernobyl.
array, for example, the radar array. I think it's called the Dunga array. I don't know.
You mean the trailer, right?
Just in Stalker 2 footage.
So yeah, again, this guy who's a stalker, I think it's called the Dunga.
That we've seen.
Yeah. It's an Duga. It's an actual construction. What was built by military? It was secret. Why it's there, but the most realistic explanation is that it's a big radar that can find if someone will launch the nuclear missile, ballistic missile on other part of the planet. The signals will go and bounce.
Yeah, the Duga is a over the horizon radar system, so it would detect nukes launched from the U.S. that would be flying over the North Pole. and going into Russia, which was later then used as part of the brain
So the
scorcher
atmosphere and this big
in the
radar
game, of course.
get
Maybe in real life, who
information
knows?
and,
Got a real life brain
inform
scorcher, who
about
knows?
this.
What is it in your universe though? Because it's all
Damn
electric.
deep rips on the vape. Oh, Wes in the house. What's going on, man?
I'm curious to learn more.
It's just a location. It's not a
Everybody say Wes.
key part. Like it's not a character
You're
of
gay.
the game.
I think you
It's
can say that.
just
I think you can say that on YouTube.
It's more like
Everybody
a
call Wes
decoration,
gay real
decoration.
quick.
There is a story around it.
Also,
but
I'll be
it's
over to
not,
collect my flat turn from your
it's
house
not
soon.
taken as something very key. There is. I don't want to make a spoilers, but yeah, that's one of the key.
Yeah, Yevgeny, I would love to have more time with you, but we are out of time for this interview. Thank you so much for joining us today. I'm very happy that you're here.
Well, yeah, I can see why you said that was the worst of the interviews, because that was, he wanted to say so much, but he really, like, he didn't know how. So it's kind of a shame. But I digress. Eat that. Why are you gay? Is that pretty much it? There's probably articles written. But yeah, that's pretty much it, dude, isn't it? That's... Okay, well then. Alright. I wonder. Stalker 2. Let's just... Stalker 2 news. Let's just do it. Let's see what we got. Hands-on demo. Oh, God. This Fallout meets Dark Souls. Whoa. Ed Smith. Yeah, I trust you. Stalker 2 is killing me. I'm aware of the cliche, or the kind of running joke, that the game reporters are no good at video games. Yeah, it's not that you're no good, it's that you don't actually care. We can tell you don't actually care. I also know that if I start outlining my gaming accomplishments in an attempt to prove that I'm quite good at games, actually, it's just going to sound feeble and silly. Yeah, you're 30. Yeah, I'm 33 years old. I've been playing games since I was 4. I completed Dark Souls. Let me tell you, Stalker 2 makes me scared. It makes me scared, guys. I mean, I hate journalism is dead, in my opinion. It has been for about 10 years now, like since BuzzFeed killed everything. But this guy, like, just reading this is it's like, who cares if you're good? Just tell us what it is. Like, yeah, it's hard. It's really hard. Why is it hard? Well, because the enemy AI is really advanced, blah, blah, blah. There's, you walk and you randomly die because of an anomaly. Just, yeah, you don't have to, yeah. I know you're trying to make it so it's like we don't, like, make fun of you for being bad at games, but dying is part of the game. Like Dark Souls, right? I completed Dark Souls. Like that's an accomplishment. But anyway, yeah, you're supposed to die. That's part of the mechanic, is learning. Like, that. You level up as much as your character does. But, digress. It's asked me to completely rethink how I approach FPS games, to forget concepts like power and bravado, and adapt to a much more difficult, but also deeper shooter experience. It looks like Fallout 4, but one wrong move. And I do mean one wrong move. And you're just another body lost in the zone. Yeah, it's not a power fantasy. It's the inverse of a power fantasy. You are just nothing. You're a little guy trapped in a world that you can't understand, and you're gonna die. Dark Souls feels like the reference point for Stalkers to punishing but beneficial difficulty. While the aesthetic is naturally comparable with Fallout, it's not comparable with Fallout. It's its own thing. Like, the aesthetic of Fallout is what, 1960s America, but in a nuclear wasteland. This is not that, but whatever. Oh, but playing GSC's upcoming shooter, GamesCom, I'm also reminded of Amnesia: The Bunker. I didn't play Amnesia. I played the first Amnesia forever ago. Whatever that. I don't know what The Bunker is. It was The Descent or something. Or even the simplest video game tasks are like reloading a revolver have mechanical and dynamic weight. Stalker 2 is giving me simple RPG game quests. Some raiders have moved into a building nearby, so go clear them out. And Fallout or Skyrim or any game similar, this would be essentially busy work. A blithe little thing for me to earn some experience and maybe a slightly better gun. With Stalker 2, this simple assignment becomes a brutal tale of death, survival, hard-won, ambiguous glory. Yeah, because 1v4 or something, right? Like, so say there's like 4 bandits, go clear out this bandit, like, this bandit squad from a building. You're one guy. There's 4 of them. Yeah, like it's a realistic take on you trying to kill 4 people. Like they outnumber you 4-1. It's hard. I've beaten Tess. Gay and your skillet, not the band. Yeah, not much good coverage. Yeah, not much good coverage on YouTube. Yeah, it's yeah. Shit, I've beaten Dark Souls. Heard everything or Dark Souls. Journalism is gay, super gay. Oh my god, I has to think when I game. Oh, the horror. Oh, yeah. So this guy would get turned inside out with Ready or Not. Probably. Fallout cartoon. Yes, Fallout. Exactly. Very cartoon. Why are all game reviews just comparisons? It's the same game. Like 6 AAA games. Exactly. I remember every single game had to be the Dark Souls of X genre. That was, yeah, for a long time. It actually got me once. I played a game because they're like, oh, it's like Dark Souls. Was it Darkest Dungeon? They're like, Darkest Dungeon's the Dark Souls of 2D. I was like, oh, that sounds really interesting. Like a 2D scroller kind of Dark Souls. I was like, very interesting. Pick it up. It's a turn-based. I mean, it's hard. Don't get me wrong, but it's like it's a turn-based dungeon crawler. It's the Dark Souls of. Get out of here! Like, I mean, it worked. I bought it. It worked. Great advertising. It worked. Shameless buy here, but it's a good game. But yeah, it's not what I was expecting. I would laugh hard if it turns out that the first mission Stalker 2 is hard for the same reason the first job in SOC was hard. Bad weapon modeling, making it hard to aim the guns. Yeah, that could be fun. That would be funny. It's so hard, guys. Why? It's like because your bullets go at 90-degree angles. Dark Knight. Oh, hey, wait. Oh, thanks for $10, man. Appreciate it, dude. Thanks so much. Later out, but glad to catch another live. Well, glad you're here too, man. We still got a little bit left to do. Basically, it's roasting game journalists at this point. Because most of the Stalker 2 coverage is all going to be the same, of people disappointed with the graphics. No one really knows what it's going to be like. And video game journalists that never played the game, saying they played the game, and really telling us nothing. Also, massive vape rips. People forget this is like a AA or A game. it's a B game. It's not a AAA game. Yeah, very true. Possibly even B. Yeah, hive mind. It doesn't have to be a AAA game. Just take me back to the zone, baby. That's more wisdom. There's so much truth in here tonight. This is the stream of truth. I should just rename it to that. Yeah, just be immersive and fun. That's it. I know, is it too much to ask to be immersive and fun rather than not immersive and not fun? I don't know. You tell me, guys. You tell me. Also, the chat here. I should make that white because it's really hard to see. Yeah. Even though that's, look at, ooh, stream elements. Thank you, zone operator, for telling me about this. I had no idea this even existed. It's way better than running it through YouTube. I'll say that. See an enemy, kill an enemy. That's the established FPS dynamic. In Stalker 2, however, it's never that straightforward. If there are more of them and they have better guns, they will kill you. Oh my god! Did you guys know? Did you guys know? Oh, dude, if there's more of them and they have better guns, they're gonna kill you. Every time I leave cover, either to squeeze off a few rounds or charge towards a better vantage, I take my life into my hands. Yeah, one guy pins you and reloads, well, you pop up and he shoots you. It's crazy. I mean, it's never been seen in any game before. Never in any game before. This is completely new, dynamic, and fun. And it's the Dark Souls. Reloading is plausibly slow. Because this guy's ever shot a gun and reloaded. I mean, maybe he has. Maybe I'm being too judgmental, but I'm just going to guess he hasn't. Healing and other actions take time. And opponents move intelligently to flank me. I mean, Gears of War did this. Like, whatever. Stalker 2 upends the emotional experience of video game combat. Normally, you relish getting into battle, a chance to play with your gun and enjoy feeling strong. In Stalker 2, my predominant feeling is one of regret. It's exhilarating, anxious, and still suitably charged. in the sense of being a thrilling spectacle, but given further substance by the difficulty and precariousness. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's not a power fantasy. That's, I mean, which maybe it's just me too, like, because I've been playing these games forever. But like, that is like the point, right? Like, you're not supposed to be the Terminator, like leveling up, or like Fallout, where you become a god in the end. Like, you're never a god in Stalker. You are never impervious. Like, you're going to be better. Like, at a certain point, bandits are just going to kind of be like, or radiation's not as big of a deal, or whatever. But a random headshot and you're done. Like, from a decent weapon, like a mid-tier weapon, you're dead. Perhaps unusual for apocalypse games. Yes, it's apocalypse. Yes, I guess you could throw it in that post-apocalyptic genre, but I wouldn't personally. But I guess you could. Which are sometimes nihilistic and revel in their inhumanity. Life never feels cheap in Stalker 2. Every kill is arduous. Every attack has to be deliberated and measured. Even the simple act of traveling between locations is laden with danger and decision-making. Well, maybe that's actually, I don't know, maybe they don't have a fast travel system. I hope they don't. Fast travel sucks. I'd kill it. I wouldn't use it. I just wouldn't use it. But, yeah, fast travel in Stalker, it's just not a, yeah, meh. I did look up the wiki list of upcoming games. It doesn't look like anything is releasing against anything of note. Well, there you go. That means it'll be at least a decent release. Good sales, probably. It's probably the only one positive thing going for it. Hopefully it sucks and they'll get a cult following of LARPers and modders in a decade later. The magic trick of fear AI. Right, yeah. We were saying fear, too. Yeah, Stalker was more like fear than anything else to me. Like, everybody says Fallout. I say fear. And thanks for bringing that fear AI up, too, because that's one thing I was talking to my buddy about last night. We're like just basically complaining about everybody's expectations. Because I was like, I told him I was doing the stream where I wanted to go blind, so I wasn't going to be reading anything, but he was like just kind of filling me in. But yeah, fear is a much more analogous game to Stalker than like pretty much anything else these people talk about. Like if you said fear, like think Slavic fear, yeah, I instantly know what you're talking about. Instantly. You know, I don't know everything. I don't know about anomalies on it, but yeah, I get the feel, I get the vibe, and yeah, I'm down for that. Like, I love that. Like, but I guess fear is probably way too old for people to remember anyway. I guess there's like 3 of them, or I don't know. I only played the first one. So, Stalker is the polar opposite of power gaming. Yes, it is. So yes, Scar literally dead sprints after Strelick for the whole game and regenerates bullet wounds like they are nothing. That's true, but Scar is different. Scar from the get-go, yeah, like the health regeneration, surviving the anomaly and not just, or the emission and not just croaking. Scar is something very different. Which, yeah, I don't know if that was specifically like a good thing or not. It was interesting, but yeah, I guess Scar withstanding, because yeah, that is a superhuman ability for sure. But I mean, I never felt like safe at Scar, like being Scar, where I'm like, yeah, I'm a god. Like in CS, I never felt like I was impervious. You can taste the soy in this article. It's just survival. It's survival. Just play smart. You accidentally built skill and learn from mistakes. You as a player gets wiser. Yes. Claps. Fear goat. Yes. Occasionally, the zone will be hit by an emission, a very potent, very lethal cloud of anomalous energy that cloaks the entire world, the gaming world, sure, in deeply threatening bright red. Get caught in the open during an emission, you're finished. Again, what would usually be a straightforward choice, I want to go to the next map marker to find more quests and get more stuff, becomes a fraught gamble with circumstance. Nothing in Stalker 2 is easily won. But the struggle is always compelling, and every victory, no matter how small, feels substantial. Yeah, I mean, that's great. The question now is how the full game, presumably tens of hours long, balances and maintains this dynamic. If you're constantly failing and restarting, even when you immediately adapted to Stalker 2 systems, it might become frustrating, unfair, and fussy, as opposed to difficult but rewarding. Likewise, in open world games, it seems like there's always a tipping point when you are so highly leveled and so well equipped that nothing presents a challenge anymore. Yes, you're correct. And if I were a betting man, I can't say for sure because no one can, I would imagine that Stalker 2 is probably going to feel very much like you were describing the entire way through, because if it didn't, it wouldn't be Stalker, which bodes well for me. This is actually a great thing. The more I reading this and his complaints, this makes me feel better about the game. Because he's trying to make the game tailor to his expectations instead of playing how the game wants you to. When I kill a Deathclaw with a single bullet in Fallout, my heart sinks. Suddenly, the whole dynamic of the world is inverted, and instead of surviving, struggling, and debating all my decisions, I'm just effortlessly and detachedly eating all the game's content. I hope Stalker 2 never lets me reach that point. I want the intensity and the labor. I want an FPS with a low body count and high stakes. It makes for a superior drama. Stalker 2, from my time playing it, feels like it could be that game, but it needs to keep up this delicate balancing act for dozens and dozens of hours. Like everything in Stalker 2, it's no mean feat. Okay, so, I mean, it's a fluff piece, but yeah, I mean, I agree. I hope it does. I hope Stalker stays Stalker throughout the entire Stalker game. Yes. I sincerely hope it does as well. I could see the Fallout comparison if they talked about the 2 OG Fallouts minus the humor. These journalists just make a wasteland exclusion zone connection. Yeah, I only played, this was Fallout 2. The isometric ones. I think I played Fallout 2. Which, yeah, it was funny. It was different. Then I played Fallout 3, and then I did one playthrough of New Vegas, and that's my Fallout experience. I'm not gonna say I hated it because I didn't hate it, but yeah, it's a tongue-in-cheek kind of. The feel is very different. Didn't like every one of the games. Fairly early in the game, plunk you down in a safe shop location that you can farm artifacts for as much as you. Didn't like every one of the games. Fairly early in the game, plunk you down at a safe shop location that you can farm artifacts for as much money and gear as you want. Didn't like every one of the games fairly early in the game. So you didn't like every one of the games, or was that? Are you talking about him? Because that's an obvious. Yeah, you just farm artifacts, get as much as you want. Yeah. But I'm not sure I exactly understand. Sorry, buddy. Imagine the winter mods for Stalker 2. Yeah, pretty good. I still need to redo Alone in Windstorm with the English translation on it. Because so it's not really Stalker, but it's built-in anomaly. But yeah, the feel is very cool. It's got that nice feel. Stalker 2's release date is delayed, which we saw and I was told about by y'all. Okay, so literally nothing. Q1. Okay. That's it. Yeah, okay, immersive survival mechanics, so they've added that in. Well, the bleeding and radiation were there, hunger and sleeping, yeah. Dynamic day-night cycle, okay. Mod support. Yeah, okay, so everything's looking pretty normal. Nothing's really changed. Officially revealed. This is officially revealed. It wasn't official before, guys. That was a joke. Get out of here. Yeah, so it's just saying Q1. There's nothing more here. Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Yep. There's not much else here to do, guys. Not much else. Biggest announcements. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty much all the same stuff, I'd imagine. But what do you know? Surprised we haven't heard anything about Metro 4, which I was hoping to hold me over to S2. Yeah, actually, one is New Metro release date. Potentially in 2024. So, So the leak says it's already fully playable and will be announced sometime in 2023. Well, they don't have much time left to announce that, if they are going to announce it. So yeah, I'm guessing it's going to be a while, but say Levy, what do you know? Stalker is going to be lit, hopefully. Hello, Commandos. Hello, buddy. Yeah, I hope it is. And from everything we've seen thus far, it looks like it's probably going to be alright. Yeah, not much else to say about it, unfortunately. Can't really say too much. We still don't know a lot. I really wish I could get my hands on a demo and play it. Give you guys some of my feedback, just so I could, have something to go off of instead of just brain dead speculation at this point. But yeah, it's good. It's good. I feel better about Stalker 2 after seeing some of this stuff. I wish that game journalists would actually give us real info, but I know that's too much to ask for. Unfortunately, it's way too much to ask for. But god damn, my hands are huge. I just see myself holding a coffee cup. I'm like, Jesus, my ogre hands. There's always the leaked build. Yeah, I have honestly deliberately not looked at it because I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to see it. I don't. Trying my hardest not to do it. Immediately, as soon as somebody posts something, I'm like, nope, click away. No, don't do it. Because it's going to build expectations. Whether those are false or correct, it's gonna create some kind of expectation. So I just thought, yeah, I'd stay away. Honestly, sucks as people may have to keep delaying with that conflict continuing. It's awful. I thought they all moved to Prague or something, didn't they? I thought they moved to Czech Republic. Let's see, headquarters, relocation. I thought they were in Prague. Yeah, yep. So hopefully they should be pretty much. I mean, yeah, obviously their families and stuff are probably still in Ukraine, but they themselves hopefully don't have to physically deal with anything. Emotionally, mentally, sure, but physically they don't have to deal with anything, which is good for them. Don't have to worry about dying. I'm thinking about getting an EOTech. Should I? How is it? EOTech is overpriced. Vortex is the way to go. Some are fighting and not working. Oh, I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. I was actually, when this first happened and the Ukrainian government did the whole mass conscription thing, I thought the game was just dead. I was like, they're not going to spend time on this game. They're not going to let anyone leave. Every single one is going to be fighting. So it's better than what I had expected. Yeah, as far as EOTech goes, I mean, it depends on what you want to do with it. For what they are, yeah, they're pretty overpriced. Some of them, today, they have smaller profile ones that are better in general. As far as if you want the actual holo sight that it offers instead of a red dot, yeah, I mean, EOTech's probably okay, but what do you want to do with it is the question. In almost every case, for a normal human being, a red dot will suffice. It will be completely fine. Get a vortex of some kind, like Dimex said. A vortex is perfectly adequate for almost every application that you're going to be using it for. If you're some kind of, which you're not asking me, if you are this, if you're some kind of private security contractor, you're not asking me. If you are asking me, then you should find a different career path. But yeah, if you're going to be a cop or something, or yeah, something like that, military, anything where you're going to be using it on a regular basis, and you want decent equipment, yeah, EOTech's fine. I think they've changed it too. It was which actually had this happen to me. when I was out in Gila National. It's not really a forest, but Gila National Forest in New Mexico. The EOTech I had, which was older, it actually shifted at 0 because it was like 110. So heat would actually make them shift to 0, and that actually happened to me. So I think they fixed that problem since, because that has been almost 10 years now, which is crazy to think about. But yeah, they're fine. I'm not much of the gear thing. I'm not the gear guy to get into little wars over which optic is marginally better. But yeah, Vortex is the way to go on the budget and probably for what you need it for. By the way, you know that Stalker movie remade by Royalty? Yes, I do. I've heard many bad things about it. I can't say for sure, but from the people I've talked to that were actually directly involved with the said project, it is a debacle and shit show, and don't expect much. Again, it could turn out to be perfectly great, because I personally was not there, but from everything people have told me, it's not good. In fact, I actually was talking to a few people about doing a alternative one with Flandre. I haven't done much with it at all, but yeah, not much I can do. I was going to go be an extra, but I was like, I can't drive 4 states away to go play around for 2 days. Maybe I'll be an extra at some point. Yeah, Flandre is doing his own thing. They have their trailer. Where is it, actually? Stalker Stories of the Zone? Stories from the Zone. Oh, my stuff comes up. That's funny. It's kind of crazy to see that. If Flandre was doing it. Dang it. Oh, EUL Gaming. Oh, wow. Yeah. More Stalker stuff. That's great. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm going to find it. I'm going to pull it up here. Where is it? Nope. Here it is. Stories from the Zone. There we go. All right, boys. Yeah, this is the project I was going to help with. Like I said, I haven't done much, and I don't know if you guys have seen this. Yeah, well, anyway, what happened was, essentially, I saw a bunch of leaked photos of the gear they were using. They're essentially reusing all the SCP gear. I don't know if they're doing that because of a sponsorship or if it was just cheap. But they're essentially reusing that gear, and everything looks very super Tarkov-y tactical. And it does not feel like Stalker whatsoever. And all of the extras said it basically has nothing to do with Stalker whatsoever. And they were talking about their experiences and how they felt and were treated, and it was not good. And I did not have high hopes. I mean, the guy's great. I love his cinematography, and he does great work with his SCP short films. I just don't think he has the right mindset for Stalker, because I think he's making Stalker Gamma the movie. Honestly, that's what it feels like. But yeah, this one is way better. They actually have original voice actors and stuff that are helping with the project. Yeah, Flandre's got a really high quality production going on. I was going to be doing color grading, but I've yet to do anything with it. So I don't know if they still want me or not, if they found someone better, which they probably did, because I'm not that good. I do it for free. It's a full-on passion project. But they found somebody to pay them and professional, yeah, go for it, by all means. But this is it.
Постійно повертайся сюди.
And
Чому щоразу, коли я намагаюся покинути це Богом забуте місце, я опиняюся там, де зупинився, навіть ще глибше в зоні. Це місце, з якого я не можу втекти. Я дійшов до центру. Я загадав своє бажання і був проклятий ним. Я втратив частину себе в зоні, і я продовжую блукати нею в надії знайти те, що було втрачено. Спогади людини, яка колись дотримувалася волі моноліту. Це історія про загубленого сталкера. Це моя історія із зони.
Oh my, I'm muted. Jeez. Am I better now? Can hear the YouTube video, but not you. Okay. Hopefully better now. I still don't know what he knows. I still don't think he knows. I know now. I know now, I think. I hope it's working now. But yeah, I would say that's because the shots look weird for sure, because this is his first attempt at actually filming stuff. So yeah, he literally just bought a camera and went out and did this over like a weekend with some friends. And yeah, as he gets better, the composition is okay. The glass he's using is fine. He's playing with different focal lengths. He's learning, which yeah, I'm not a pro by any means, so I probably can't correct him. But I mean, just from a technical side of it, yeah, it's his first like little thing. And yeah, the actual scene itself, where the guy's just standing and basically he's just taking he's basically walking around and taking a different shot of an angle, and the guy turns to wherever the two monolith guys are walking. because that's very simple to pull off, and there's not a lot of editing that needs to be done. So that's why I would imagine he did that. But yeah, I expect it to become a lot more interesting, at least for the shots. A lot more dynamic movement instead of a lot, because I'm pretty sure almost every single one of these was static. And shaky as well a little bit. I don't know if he has a gimbal or not. But yeah, so see, he moves to a spot and then stays. And it's, I don't know if the shaky's what he's going for. It could be. It's a little jarring and weird, but I mean, yeah, we can pick it apart and be cinema snobs all we want. But I love it. I think it's gonna be great, and I think you should all go like and subscribe. And if you want to, you can go support it. Welcome back. The preceding combat was good. This preceding to combat was good. The combat was though. Yeah, no, for sure. And that's because I would imagine he's dealing with multiple actors. And like I said, I'm not the best at this stuff either, you know. This is just me. But yeah, it looks great, and I hope there's more. I know they've been working on and off on it. They also had another one. No, this one I haven't actually seen. This one, yeah, they actually... This is not Stalker, this is an Escape from Tarkov thing. Just showcasing it. This is something he did more recently than the Stalker one, so... yeah. That was for their, I think that was, yeah, I think that was for their event they were doing, like a trailer. But like, that's just to show you he's gotten better than this original first one. And I think this one as well. Escape from Enfield, there you go. Yeah. But yeah, he's definitely gotten better. As time's going on, he's gotten a lot more practice in. Like a lot, actually. Like you can tell a significant difference. So, yeah, I'm actually pretty impressed with what he's done here. Oh, but again, it's pretty simple. Like people just walking and shooting each other. It's a pretty simple setup for that. And I don't know if that's just because I don't know. Because you could probably do more, but it's fine the way I think it's okay. Oh, okay, makes sense then. Those combat clips look better. Yeah, I think so. You know, Oxide and Drewski probably, I'm guessing. I know of Oxide, and I've seen some of Drewski's stuff. Not a fan of Drewski. Oxide's okay. I haven't seen any of his stuff since he went to the Army or whatever it was years ago. It's been a long time since I've watched his stuff. I think it was the Army. It's a helicopter pilot or something, I believe. I think he was becoming a warrant officer. I don't remember. But yeah, something like that. It's been a while. But yeah, anyway, that's the guy who's doing the alternative Stalker stuff. Which, have they done, what's the guy's name? Royal something? The OG movie, there you go. Shadow of the Zone.
Hey folks, my name is Evan Muir, and welcome to the Kickstarter campaign for Shadow of the Zone.
Do they have a trailer yet? I don't think so. $319,000. Oof.
Insight as to what it takes to make films of this nature.
Yeah, I don't think they have a trailer.
Film.
Fortunately. But yeah, this was the one I've seen quite a bit of, yeah. Quite a bit of stuff. Oh, it's supposed to that, whatever. Yeah, I've heard some things. But, not Drewski, Droost. Droost. No, I have no idea. Droost. Is it a channel? Drew DR. Oh, Deuced. Oh, I know. I keep reading Droost. I'm like, Deuced? 30 subs. Is this him? Is this him? I just found this new guy, Q Loud. He does great Stalker gameplays. I think he will make a great impact on the community. Q Loud. That sounds familiar. Q Loud. Is he big? Oh, what's he got?
Last video, seems like you guys maybe like. Well, it's gonna be great.
Tarkov stuff. Oh, Shadow Chernobyl.
Oh. Oh, what is going on? Yo, what is going on, guys? Today, I'm starting the original Stalker
This is the first time he's ever starting with. Yeah, so yeah, okay, yeah. Not knowing the electricity tunnel, yeah, that's brutal. Yeah, no, it looks good.
With Shadow of Chernobyl. This would be the first game that came out so long ago. It's like
hunting Stalker.
My gosh. Okay, so here we are in Corden.
No, and that's something cool too, because when I first started doing stuff, there wasn't much. There was like in English, there was Anomalous Dugout and me. Yeah, there wasn't much, dude. So it's cool to see other people doing it now, which I'm really excited about. Because God knows who's going to be coming out too, doing other stuff like Zone Operator and other people coming out of the woodwork that are awesome. So it's really cool. But yeah, I think I'm gonna call it quits for tonight. I don't know if there's more Stalker 2 stuff out there to really go through. But yeah, make sure you go over and like and subscribe to the Froge channel if you haven't already. Oh, new balance patch for StarCraft. That's cool. But yeah, I started an Anomaly and went back. Oh no. I mean, if you go into it with an open mind, you can do that. I think you can do that fine. But thanks again to Dark Knight for the $10. Appreciate it, man. Glad you could catch something. But sorry you came in late. But yeah, hopefully I'll be doing more streams as well. I got a little time that freed up. So yeah, hopefully that'll be pretty cool. I can stream more. And yeah, stay tuned for tomorrow. Should be a video coming out tomorrow. If yeah, everything goes well and I get stuff done. Finally have a PC and just finished Clear Sky. Starting on Call of Pripyat tomorrow. Can't wait. No, that's a good one, dude. Call of Pripyat's my favorite. I know. I don't know why. It just is. I dig it. But yeah, I hope you have a good time, man. And to everybody, thanks for coming out and watching. Make sure to like and subscribe and stay tuned. You guys have a good one.